Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to some of the trucker protests that have been going on and a little bit of Twitter. I just want to say, as a Canadian, I am super happy and grateful that I can't really seem to find a single shred of violence from any side of the situation. I'm so happy that cooler heads prevailed. And I think this is a really good example of how to do these tough things well. And I'm someone who's apolitical. I'm not conservative. I'm not liberal. I only care about the truth and applying the truth so that it works. And so to see people, who are very angry and frustrated on all sides, have cooler heads and not let things devolve into violence, it's very uplifting and good for me. I just wanted to like really highlight that so that we can know that there is some positivity in the world. And this picture is very funny. But and let's just go down here. And yeah, so basically the blockade wound down, and people in Ottawa are basically sending people home, like getting them out. And I empathize with both sides. Like I don't care for mandates, and I empathize. And obviously, I support people's right to protest for anything, because here's the thing: like we have to be consistent. I support Black Lives Matter's right to protest, and I support the truckers' right to protest. I don't support anybody's right to riot or use violence as a means of getting what they want, but I do support peaceful protests for everybody. And so, but on the other hand, I understand like the residents of Ottawa have had enough. Like these have been like some very um, tough weeks for them, I'm sure, especially with all the honking going on. There's some videos circling around, trucks just blaring nonstop. Like at some point, like that gets to wear on you, regardless of what side you're on. That at some point that begins to be enough. And everybody, it's so fascinating to me. Everybody seems to be spinning their own narrative. Everybody's trying to make this fit into their own preconceived notions of how the world is. If you're pro Trudeau, then the truckers and Doug Ford are all colluding together with the police to stage a coup. I think that's down here actually. Um, I saw this tweet where this guy was basically saying, "Yeah, it's all a collusion and it's all it's like yeah, okay, that's a bit much, man." But yeah, and then there's all sorts of like fake news going around. These photos are hilarious, honestly. But I think the most important thing is that the situation de-escalates peacefully. That's the most important thing. I know it's a bummer, and although I do have something to say about this, like you wanted the people to take their flags down, like that's the Canadian flag. That's your flag too, right? We could disagree on all kinds of politics, but we still have the same flag. Let them fly the same flag. Like we should be able to disagree on a lot of things, but underneath there should be that fundamental human connection that brings us all together and helps us not begin wailing at each other and beating the crap out of each other. So it's like why, and the flag of a country I would think is supposed to represent that. So why would you take down the flag, especially if it's a Canadian flag? Like if it's a Confederate flag, yeah, freaking take it down. Um, but yeah, I think people, again, I'm really happy because there's no violence, but I think people they're being really spiteful. It's like take off all your stickers and take down all your flags. And I empathize with why. And I get it. Um but yeah, I feel like if we're all living in the same country, that the flag should be the representation of the solidarity and the unity that keeps us from devolving into violence in stressful situations like this. So I don't necessarily agree with them taking the flag down, but I totally empathize and understand that, yeah, it's your city. You've had enough of all of these people being here. You want your businesses to go back to normal. Um, I get that, and I can't really, be mad at you for that. And so, it's just trying to come at this from like a very fair and balanced perspective as someone who's an outsider. Like I haven't been to any of these. I only see the videos that are on Twitter. I'd love to learn from you guys. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm not a genius. I'm trying to be very open minded and learning all sorts of new things. So drop a comment down below. And around here, we try to do our best to just find out the truth and apply it in such a way that creates good results for everybody. And so if that vibes with you, maybe drop a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you around. See you later.